40-year mortgages? Are you kidding me? Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, California licensed real estate agent, member of the Santa Barbara Board of Realtors. If you're new, I want to welcome you here. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. I could not do this without you, so thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you my thoughts around real estate. So here's the thing, folks. 40-year mortgages. Why? Why do we need a 40-year mortgage? Well, again, this is just my opinion, folks, and I really appreciate, I know there's a great divide on many subjects, and the real estate's definitely one of them. I understand, as somebody who bought in the last bubble, going to battle, wanting to defend my purchase, I get it. And like I've said before, you are not in trouble if you just bought right now. We don't get in trouble when we buy at the wrong time. We get in trouble when we sell at the wrong time. Real estate is designed to be held, not flipped and speculated. It is designed to be held. 95% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. Real estate is amazing. It's absolutely changed my life. Pretty much most of what I do is real estate. It's not all what I do, but it is a lot and a very big part of, my own wealth. So the other thing you need to know, folks, is, I've said this from the beginning, real estate is defying gravity. Initially, when the pandemic hit, everything froze. Every real estate agent took a big gulp. Because nothing, the whole industry froze. Nothing was being bought or sold. And then what happened as a result of the low interest rates, and then this kind of, being able to, for some reason, real estate agents were considered essential workers. What? How are we essential workers? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we couldn't have the economy crash or be jeopardized, and we had to stimulate the markets. That's why we saw this tremendous amount of stimulus enter the markets. It's been so volatile now, and with people stuck at home. I was out in town the other day, met somebody new. You know what they asked me? What's your company trading for? What? Dude, we just came out of a pandemic. There is big issues. That's the conversation we're having now. Not where do you drive, or where do you work? It's like, what's your company trading for? This has just created the weirdest situation that I've ever seen. Like I said before, the real estate market has been completely euphoric. It has been completely just herd mentality, drinking the real estate punch. And so, again, like I said, real estate's defied gravity. You have people lose their jobs, businesses go away, not coming back. I'm seeing commercial space sucking big air. And I'm not talking mom and pops. I'm talking some heavy hitters are out of business in many locations. And they're just hanging on and trimming the fat. And so we got a bunch of people on unemployment. We got a bunch of landlords that are in forbearance because their tenants aren't paying rent, which is really why the forbearance was kind of created. But it had to be made available to everybody. So we potentially have this huge influx of properties that are going to be coming on to the market. And so now what the government potentially, in my opinion, is doing by introducing the 40-year mortgage is trying to curb some of that by giving people yet another safety net. Now, again, I am not cheering for a crash. I will feel it. I'm not recession proof. I am recession insulated because I've bought my real estate smart, and what I've had, I've held, and I've weathered past storms. But more than that, I've put my money on the sidelines. Not only just to have it on the sidelines, but if some buying opportunity comes up, that's when I'm looking, folks. I'm not going to get out there with the herd right now. And then if a recession or economic problem occurs, and again, I think we're just entering in to see what impact really the pandemic had. Just because we're now going around, streets without face masks doesn't mean that it's all rainbows and sunshine quite yet. So I believe you need to have your cash just from a pure survival standpoint. But what I'm really seeing, the 40-year mortgage is just yet another way for the government to prop up the housing market and try to do what they can to manipulate it. Now listen, folks, we've already entered into a softening. Like I've said, as an active real estate agent for a huge company in a red hot market who works with some of the highest producing agents in the world. Commissions here are astronomical. It's the Wild West out here. One of the things that I do know is that there has been some softening. Now, again, nothing to get overly excited about in terms of buying opportunity, in my opinion, but clear softening. And even if I just give you some of my personal experience is during the height of the euphoria a few months ago, I was getting massive amount of new buyer calls every single day. Like it was like, wow, here we go again. Wow, here we go. It was insanity, folks. Absolute insanity. And then two, I'm seeing that reduce now. I may be going from multiple calls a day from new buyers still trying to get out there and buy homes to maybe one. And a clear, 25% reduction in new buyer interest. It's still extremely high. Again, any agent will tell you, man, if you can get a call a day from a new buyer, that's great. That post or pre-pandemic, I would be happy to get one call a day from a new buyer. I'd be super excited about that. But the problem is that right now when we get calls from new buyers, we know what an uphill battle is. It's not like pre-pandemic, we get really excited about a new buyer. And I actually felt good about putting people in the properties pre-pandemic. Right now, what I'm seeing, I don't like the climate where I'm seeing people have to write over asking price at high levels. Listen, folks, I'm an investor. I don't like to pay asking price, much less over, right? And until this pandemic, I had never, ever, ever seen an offer even at asking price. Rarely. So what I'm clearly seeing right now, folks, is that government knows there's potentially a bunch of stuff about to come down the pipe. Inventory's coming. Landlords are going to be wanting to dump properties. They're trying to give them away. Hey, why would if we lower your payment? We refi you into a 4-year. Maybe that could curb some of the inventory. Now, again, I recently posted a video how banks and companies that work with banks are recruiting agents to handle the influx of distressed properties and potential foreclosures that are coming. That's just real life scenarios, folks. I'm not making this stuff up. And so while it's great to have a channel that's, doing well, I'm not going to make up stuff like I've told you before. I have to make you wealthy first. Then I become wealthy. The only way to increase your wealth is to make other people wealthy. Ask the wealthy people. They'll tell you the exact same thing. So that is currently what I'm seeing, folks, with this 40-year mortgage. Is it going to solve the problem? I don't believe so. I don't believe a 40-year mortgage is going to solve the pandemic, folks. It might save a few homes. I hope so. I really do. But at the same time, I don't like the government controlling the markets, much less the population. But I just don't like seeing the markets being propped up, and this is the one market that they have some control over. There's many things that they just can't control. Now, I understand some smart people in government that, obviously are doing this because they believe it's going to help the economy. But I just want you guys to know that is pretty much what we're seeing here is a delay tactic to try not to have some economic fallout. And we've talked about this before, folks. It's 3 levels of an economic downturn. The first one's a correction. And I believe we're seeing that now. The second level of an economic downturn would be a recession, like we had in 08. And it's very possible, folks, that we could see that. I mean, like I said, we're just leaving the pandemic. And the third worst would be an actual full-blown depression. And that's when the bottom falls out. And only the ultra-rich are okay. And the rest of us citizens are going to probably feel it. So save your cash, stock up on supplies, expect the unexpected, hope for the best. Expect the worst. The truth is always somewhere in the middle, folks. remain a realist. Don't follow the herd. Don't jump into the euphoria. Don't beg, borrow, and steal and bet your last dollar on anything, especially your house. You should be more interested in owning other people's houses than you are with your own house. Don't spend all your money. Delay your own house for a little while. Go buy up a cheap property somewhere. Get a renter in there that will cover the payment or a slight positive cash flow. Do that a few times. Build a real estate portfolio. That's what the rich people did, folks. They didn't get rich moving into their primary home. The real estate industry has changed from when our parents, were buying their homes and retiring in them. And I want to build wealth. I want you to have more than enough. I don't want you to just get by. I want you to become wealthy, and real estate's a great vehicle to do that. So I hope that helped a little bit. Before you leave, please give the video a like. People need to hear this. You need to help people. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell icon so you'll be notified when my new videos come out. I'm going to do my best to bring you some hard topics, but really beneficial topics as well, because I believe I'm going to create some level-headed people that are going to be able to position themselves very well. And last but not least, if you really want to scratch your real estate itch, there's a link in the description below for Webull. It's a ETF, is a great platform to buy into a real estate stock. It's less volatile than a standard stock, and you can open an account for free and just go down to industries, find real estate, throw $100 in a real estate ETF if you need to feel like you own real estate. That's all they do, is they invest in real estate, and they invest in a bunch of real estate in different sectors. They're much smarter than most of us. That's their jobs, is just 24/7 investing in real estate. So you can scratch your real estate itch that way. So go out and make it count today. I will see you on the next video. I hope you had a great 4th of July. And remember, the next time you think real estate, you think Scott Walters. I'll see you soon.